Hey guys, looks like it's beer 30. Let's go see what's in the fridge today.
Hey guys, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. I appreciate it, guys. This is Smylex Rye IPA from Pariah Brewing Company. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Pariah. Pariah. Uh, this is the Rye IPA. This was sent to me by the owner slash head brewer, Brian and Krista. She contacted me and she sent me beers before. So she said she was going to send this one out to me. So I appreciate it, Brian and Krista. We're going to see what this brings to the table, all the way from California. That's where the brewery is out there. This is a 7.5% IPA. Uh, let's run over to Untappd to see if we have any additional information. They have it at 45 IBUs, which is very low for IBUs on an IPA, especially a 7.5%er, or to drink like a pale ale with that low of IBUs. So might be a good transitional beer or something if you're trying to get into an IPA and you don't like the bitterness that they have. This with that low of a bitterness. I've had pale ales with more bitterness than this, so thinking this may be a good one for that. So and the commercial description here on Untappd says hazy rye IPA brewed with. It's got a bunch of characters in here. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Nelson Sauvin, Citra, and Galaxy hops. And I think that's what I read on the can. So, and it does have the ABV on there. It does have the IBUs. And here on the bottom of it says 2/22/18, February 22nd of 2018. Today is the 15th of March, the Ides of March. So not quite a month in the can, so it ought to be pretty fresh, pretty tasty. Uh, I don't think there's anything else we talk about. We got the IBUs, the ABV, we got the canned on date. So let's pop the top. First beer of the day for me, and see what this brings to the table. They say it's a hazy. Maybe this is their rendition and maybe a New England style or the juice bomb as I call them. We're about to find out. So into the glass we go. It doesn't seem to be that clouded now. It might have settled in the bottom. Food pairings cuisine is German, cheesy peppery, Monterey pepper jack. Meat is pork, glassware pintbacker, tumbler stange. Uh, and I'll tell you guys, I don't use the stange glass very much. It makes everything pour 5 fingers of head. Also not recommended for extended cellaring. That's why they go to the trouble of putting a date on the bottom of it. So drink them fresh, guys. That's the whole idea. About a finger of head on that pour. It doesn't seem to be too hazy right now. I haven't got the last pour out of the bottom of the can, and it may have settled and may change the way it looks here in a minute. We will do that final pour before I go off camera. A nice amber color, a very good looking beer. It looks like a filtered beer right now. It doesn't look very hazy to me, but that may change here in just a minute. Let's get it to the nose. Very nice citra hops. It's very citrusy. Slight hint of some pine. A little bit of the spiciness from the rye. Smells very pleasant. Now, it's not off the chain in the hops, but I really didn't expect it to be, especially with the IBUs. This is probably a a good transitional beer, guys. Let's take a drink, take a sip, and see what we got. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Brian and Krista. I do appreciate it. And continued success to you guys out there in your brewing process and growing your brewery. That is very tasty, guys. Very easy drinking. Alcohol is super well hidden. This drinks like a 5%er, guys. It really does. That's awesome. Definitely getting the spiciness from the rye. That's very pleasant. A very nice change from your typical IPA. And a nice change up on the IBUs being that low. This isn't bitter on the palate at all, guys. Like I said, I've had pale ales with more IBUs than this. So this would be a very good transitional beer to get you, maybe get you off of even the macros, but especially if you've already jumped into some of the other styles of craft beer, the pales and the wheats, to get you into an IPA without having too much bitterness. It's going to be just too bitter for you. That's very pleasant. So like I promised, let's get the back end pour. Very clear right now. Let's see if it changes. Make sure there ain't nothing in the bottom we need to get out of there. Oh yeah. Didn't change it dramatically. So now that we've got the back end pour, a little bit more hazy up here, guys. I'm still getting plenty of light through the little thin part of the glass, but it does look rather hazy now with that back end. So we did get a little bit of settling in the bottom of the can there. Doesn't change too much on the aroma. It may change the taste a little bit. A little bit of mango and passion fruit. Yeah, that's definitely a winner here, guys. Very, very tasty. Well, let's right out of the fridge. Let's sip on it for a little bit and see what we got when we get to the bottom. All right, guys, I'm back. Got just a little left here. Awesome lacing is left on the glass. A very tasty transitional beer, if you will. Something to get you off the macro lagers, or even if you already jumped into the pale ales or some of the other craft beers, the wheat beers or the rye beers. This is the rye IPA, but it's only got 45 IBUs. Very, very tasty. I enjoyed this thoroughly. So once again, to Brian and Krista, this is an awesome beer you got going here, guys. I enjoyed this thoroughly. It's also got the ABV, the IBUs, and the can date on it. All three bits of information we need to make an educated purchase or what we're drinking. So big 2 thumbs up to those guys for doing that. Very enjoyable beer, guys. I enjoyed this thoroughly. I would buy it here if I could get it here, especially with all the 3 of those bits of information. Very, very tasty. You definitely get the rye spiciness on this beer. Very easy drinking. Alcohol's almost drinks like a 5%. It's a great beer, guys. It really, really is a great beer. I'm not saying that because I didn't pay for it and they sent it to me. I try to be as honest as I can with these guys. This is a very, very tasty beer. Don't think it's outstanding or world class, but I think it's an awesome beer, and it's probably going to get at least an A grade somewhere along the line. Final chug. Absolutely delicious, guys. Awesome. And the lacing, I mean, a lot of times I'll drink a beer and there will be absolutely no lacing on it. The glass will be just as clear and clean almost, except for what's in the bottom of the glass there. It's when I got the glass out of the cabinet. This, a lot of times you can tell if it leaves that ring or that lacing every time you take a drink, you know you're getting something pretty special, and it's a quality beer. So, and I think this is a quality beer, guys. I'm going to give this a 94, which is kicking the door down from A minus to be an A, solid A. Delicious. Absolutely delicious. I enjoyed this I think you're going to pick this up, especially if you're trying to transition into an IPA, something that don't have 70 to 105 or more IBUs, something that's going to be too bitter for your palate. This is a good one to, if you've not had an IPA or you've had them and they've been too bitter for you, this will be a good one to jump in and try, especially if you're in the California area. I don't think these guys distribute out a long range out of the brewery. I'm not sure about that. I don't have that information. This may be a brand new release from these guys. Not a lot of people have actually had a chance to pick it up and comment on them. It's only one comment on Beer Advocate on this beer. Untapped has a few more, at least 10 or more. So, and Untapped seems to be taking over the beer review, rating, commenting section. Seems that, as far as I'm concerned, Rate Beer, they sold out, so we don't even go there anymore. But a lot of people are doing their commenting on Untapped. Probably 2 to 1. Untapped as opposed to Rate Beer or Beer Advocate. More people are commenting there as they do on either one of those sites combined. So, very tasty beer, and on Untapped, they got it on. You can put it on your smartphone, your tablet, or your whatever you're carrying to buy your beers or get your information to buy beers. It seems to be taking over the beer reviewing connoisseur-ish. What you're drinking is where I'm going with that. What are you drinking? Well, I'm drinking this tonight. I'm drinking that. This is what I'm tasting. This is what I like. This is whatever. Untapped seems to be kicking everybody else's butt. So, with that being said, very enjoyable beer. 94, kicking the door down to be a solid A. I think it's at the top of the scale of the A minus. Definitely an A beer, guys. Pick it up if you can get your hands on it. All right, let's go over to Beer Advocate, and they say 3.98, and like I said, that is kicking the door down to be an A. That's at the top of their B plus range. And over to Untapped. Untapped has it at 4.06, definitely an A minus beer. Great beer, guys. If you're out in California, like I said, I don't know how far out from the brewery these guys distribute, or if you have to buy it at the brewery, or if they do have some in the beer stores, not sure. Don't have that information. But if you can get your hands on it and you like a nice rye IPA, this is a great one. It really is. So, that being said, many thanks again to Brian and Krista for sending this to me. Very tasty beer. I would buy it if I could get it here, guys. So, if you've had it, let me know what you think. And if you hadn't and you can get it, pick it up. Give it a try. Till we meet again, let's go see what's in the fridge.